So if you do that, at the end of the day, you can focus on these drivers of value. These are ways you can help your customers. You can help them make more money. You can help them save money. You can help set them apart from the competition. You can help them reduce the risk of their business. You can help them in other qualitative value metrics as well. So at the end of the day, to kind of summarize, the value-based sales idea is key for high growth companies. And one of the quotes here is from Value Selling Associates, which saw that 87% of high growth companies actually do take this approach. So this is important for high growth companies like Flutterwave and others. And I think if you have any questions, what I'd like to offer up is happy to have a conversation with you, whether you want to talk about sales, whether you want to talk about growth, whether you want to talk about the growth opportunities in the $5.6 trillion consumer and business spend opportunity in Africa, or you want to talk about fundraising. I'm happy to have that conversation with you as well. So here we'll move it on over to Q&A.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much, Jimmy. This was awesome once again. And I think this approach, this value-based selling approach, is really key when you're talking about those last few points when you said empathy, right? And trying to really understand where your buyers are coming from. And that other key point that you mentioned around what's in it for me, right? How many times have we gone through a sale where we're just pitching the product, right? We're going through all the features, we're going through all the things that it can do. We haven't really actively listened. We haven't really understood what their pain is, and we're really not throwing any value over the fence, right? I'm wondering how you feel like that's evolved for you in your own journey, like trying to sell over time. How have you shifted that strategy to become more value-based?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I still get on calls all the time where there are SaaS providers that want to sell and pitch. And it's the same thing in my mind when someone's pitching me. And I know that that's happening if I'm having a sales conversation as well. So for me, it is really about listening to what they are looking to do, what they're looking to accomplish, what their major pain points are. There's some high level things you can do to get the conversation started. That's fine. But if you are going off and continuing your pitch without really truly listening and not really asking any questions, you're not connecting with who you're talking to. And for me, it's not about selling at the end of the day. If you can provide value, your product sells itself, right? So, and I think that that's the key here, is that it's not just me trying to sell you something. It's me having a conversation with you because there is something that we are providing as part of our product that is solving a problem that you have. And if you don't have that problem, then there's no need for me to sell a refrigerator to an Eskimo kind of a conversation. Like that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to solve a problem. I used to be a consultant as well, so having that kind of approach has always been in my DNA. And I think that that's the best way to go about having a conversation with a customer, is to solve a key problem, because both parties are aligned in what we want to achieve together.
Yeah, for sure. I think something else that's been coming up as a repeated sort of topic, I guess, throughout this whole track has been this idea of having like subject matter experts as part of your sales team, and really taking a consultative approach, which you just kind of mentioned. How important is it to you that you have reps that really take on that learning and understand what they're trying to address, what their product is really solving for, and really educate the buyers about it? How important is that aspect for you?
Yeah, I think as a representative, we want to be able to showcase what the unique selling proposition is and be able to answer the questions. But we also can't answer every possible question. So to your point, there is a need sometimes to bring in subject matter experts, especially as it relates to Flutterwave. I just had a merchant recently where we brought in subject matter experts for specific regions of interest, because we're talking about 54 countries in Africa, lots of different nuances with each and every country. So I brought in some subject matter experts to have that conversation. And that meeting was one of the differentiators, because we can bring that to the table that others cannot. And so having that approach and having team members who can assist and be subject matter experts, I think is a big kind of value add as well.
For sure. Well, Jimmy, thank you so much for jumping in here today. I think we all learned a lot, and we keep learning a lot as this day goes on. Thank you once again. And if anybody needs to get in touch, I'm sure they can find you on LinkedIn or go back to the recording. pull up that slide that you shared.
Yeah, feel free to add the meeting via my Calendly as well. So that's the offer, if you will, that's presented there. Happy to have a conversation.
Definitely. Thanks again, and best of luck out there. And we'll hopefully talk soon.
Thanks so much, Joe.